I have with me a very special guest, Ambassador Jayant Khobragade, India's ambassador to Spain, who is also a very well appreciated, well known artist and a painter. And today we are going to be talking about his twin vocation, diplomacy as well as art. Ambassador Khobragade, you are here and I see this very beautiful exhibition called Journey with the Divine Flow.
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful title.
Yeah.
Where is this inspiration flowing from? What is your exhibition all about?
Yeah. No, first of all, thank you so much for taking interest in this side of work because art is very close to my heart. And now I'm not a trained painter, but I have this passion, and it has now become a way of life. So I've been doing painting for the last 35 years, and I've done many exhibitions. This is my 15th exhibition, second in Delhi. So this particular exhibition is called as Journey with the Divine Flow because I thought that wherever there is a beauty, there is a touch of divinity. And most of the paintings are inspired by the beauty around us, be it nature, be it a performance, be it architecture, be it aura of a temple. So that's why the title.
What are the themes you explore in your paintings?
Generally, it's, the process of creation is that, whenever a heart gets touched, now it can get touched with, nature, the trees, the rising sun, the moon, the dances, like musical performances, and of course, the images of God and temples. So this exhibition has three distinct themes: nature, the rhythmic dances, and then civilizational connect.
I see some very beautiful, evocative paintings of Lord Shiva, Krishna, and spiritual theme. Are you fundamentally a very spiritual person?
No, this is a journey, a journey to explore, what is beyond us. But I tell you that, I was India's ambassador to ASEAN, and I was in Jakarta for 4 years, and I had this opportunity to travel around. So I went to Angkor Wat, I went to Borobudur and Brahmanan temples, and many other temples. And, deep imprint of India's civilization on Southeast Asia really impacted my heart. And, I also started, thinking, about them. And they're, magnanimous, for those things. And as I said, that the process of how does the process of creation happen. So then again, those things started taking form, and shapes, in my mind. And that's how, I've done a painting on Ramayana, I've done painting on Lord Buddha's life, a painting on Gita. So that's how it happened. Yeah.
Now, coming to your current position as India's ambassador to Spain, India, Spain is a country rich in culture. It's also a very powerful economy.
Right.
And Spain is looking at India also with a new pair of eyes.
Right.
Where do you see major convergences? In which direction is are India-Spain relations heading towards?
Yeah. See, if you look at all aspects of relationship, whether it is political or economic or cultural, people-to-people contact, etc. I think in all these areas, our relationship is growing very well. We have number of exchange of visits between the two countries, as well as you know that this is 70th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations. So we are celebrating it as India-Spain Year of Culture, Tourism, and Artificial Intelligence. So a lot of activities are happening. Our trade has reached almost $10 billion. It's in our favor. Investments are growing, and you have rightly pointed out that Spain is looking at us with new pair of eyes. They themselves, have realized that for some time they had neglected Asia Pacific, but now they have focused and they find that within this region, India can be their very reliable and promising partner. and therefore there is also effort from their side to build bridges in all aspects of life.
One of the important themes of your paintings is civilizational connect.
That's right.
How do you look at the civilizational, cultural connect between India and Spain?
You'll be surprised to know that, like, for example, flamenco is like a very famous form of music and dance. It is believed, I think it is already established that it has traveled, flamenco dance, has traveled from the state of Rajasthan to Spain. And even if you look at, for the music, flamenco music, for example, some of their scales, flamenco has different scales. It's not like Western classical music. They coincide with Indian system of ragas of classical music. So there is an affinity, and maybe because of presence of Portugal in India, there are some common words between like in Spanish language, which we use here in India. So there is a connect. So I think people think that there is some kind of spiritual connect between India and Spain. Yoga is very, very popular. Like last year when we celebrated yoga, we celebrated in 14 cities. This time, they call it as comunidades. That is their state. So our ambition is to celebrate, International Day of Yoga in all the comunidades. Yeah.
So this is quite a confluence of two cultures: flamenco, Rajasthani music, dance, yoga, Gita, and the rest.
Yeah.
It's a very good note to end this on.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for finding time to join this conversation.
Thank you so much.